What's up, guys? This is Crypto James talking to you today about Chain. Well, it's not Chain anymore, it's Onyx. So we'll take a look at Onyx because their like coin value has dropped hugely, but I really like what they're trying to do, and I do think this has got a decent run potential for price. So I'll break down why in this video. Also, we'll take a look at the CPI data that's come out and what that will lead us to believe the Fed will do as their next step. Before I get into that though, guys, if you are new to this channel, these are actually the first 26 coins I spoke about on this channel. They're also the ones that I owned when I made the channel. Had you put in just $100 into each of these coins when I released the videos, there's the prices of recording and current prices. If you were still holding those coins, which why the hell would you be? Because we went through a bull cycle when everything was up hugely. But if you were still holding them and you decided you wanted to sell them today, you'd be able to bank over 12 grand in profit. And that's when you've done every possible thing wrong as an investor, which is not bad. Now, now in 2021, I sold all of these. So did my friends, so did my followers. And if you had sold these in 2021 when the markets were just rampant, $100 into each would have been able to net you a profit of over 123 grand, which is pretty damn good. Now, as I said, sold all the coins. They're not what I own, but if you do want to see my current holdings, my long-term investments in the crypto space, you can do. Just head over to copymycrypto.com. On the site, I share my entire portfolio. That's every coin I'm holding for the long term. These are the ones that I believe, like I said with Phantom, they are the ones that can do the massive run. If you're interested in making these kind of profits without having to do 1,000 or 2,000 hours of bloody research, which is required, then head over to the site and read through it. Remember that everything you read, you can verify on this channel's history as well. And if you're looking to get the big winners without all the research, this could be the site for you. If when you read it you're not interested, obviously you don't have to buy, but keep watching the channel because we'll release a lot of content. We also do that on the site as well. We release videos every day talking about the markets. If you're interested in the market short term, these videos are right up your alley. If you're a crypto beginner and you don't know where to get started, these beginner videos will be right up your alley. Just head over to the site now and have a look. So Onyxcoin, they've rebranded. A really weird decision because I thought Chain, I suppose Chain didn't get any search for them because if you're searching blockchain on YouTube, I guess, maybe they got no volume, who knows. But they actually go through why and what they've done. So they've done a rebrand. So what they're doing, they're doing a chain token burn, they're doing a product launch, and they're doing a time lock extension as well as a rebrand proposal. So obviously the rebrand proposal went through because we've got it. So the rebrand is to the Onyx protocol. So this is Onyxcoin now instead of Chain. Same ticker though. So the foundation will be responsible to help contribute to open source Web3 initiatives and distribute developer grants to those building on the Onyx protocol and for the Onyx DAO. All the existing time lock releases for the 15 billion tokens will accumulate but will be suspended for one additional year with withdrawals beginning in April of next year. Now, it's worth bearing in mind there's obviously a lot of tokens that could potentially be dumped in April of next year. That could really slam the market cap. And the market cap's already taken a beating since everything went through with this rebrand and everything. So they're also excited to launch excited to announce the launch plan of a new product called Onyx This is going to be a decentralized liquidity protocol built on ETH. We've seen a ton of these over the course of time. These decentralized liquidity protocols are a good way to bring in volume, a good way to engage users. So that's no bad thing. Now, Chain, if you're unfamiliar, is a blockchain infrastructure company. It's a company, and they've been working on blockchain since 2014. What they offer is for builders in the Web3 industry to sort of streamline development processes and help utilize their blockchain infrastructures. I quite like what they've done with Onyx. The new rebrand with the liquidity protocol, for me, is quite a good idea. Like I say, I think it will bring in a lot of funds. But right now, they've got about 4 million of borrowing, backed by nearly about $17.7 million worth of collateral. When you actually check out the app, you can see how this works. It's pretty straightforward. So say you wanted to supply Bored Ape Yacht Club, you would get 666% yield, APY, for supplying the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Obviously, this is because currently there's not many suppliers. So the people that are supplying collateral to the markets, whether that's an NFT or an actual coin, there's not tons of contributors as of right now, so the APYs are massive. You know, if you wanted to supply Ethereum, you're going to get 124% because there's only 238 Ethereum right now. And the borrowing fees are really small, so you could feasibly supply and then borrow and start utilizing the sort of, well, not the kind of arbitrage scenario, or sorry, borrow then supply. So that you could potentially earn some passive income. They've got tons of different ways that you can use this protocol to sort of earn, which I quite like again. Now, as you can see, the sort of the APYs are pretty good. You've got, particularly for the NFTs ones are through the roof. Whether it's Wrapped Cyberpunk or Bored Ape Yacht Club, those percentage yields are massive. But even to be fair, you know, Wrapped Bitcoin at 10% is massive. And that would be, you know, very, very nice yield for anyone that's trying to earn off of their Bitcoin. They also have their staking protocol in place, which is giving very good 41% APR, and that's for the Onyxcoin. And you can actually go through the history of like what people have done in terms of transactions, so you can see how it's being used. I do like this. They massively need to grow it, obviously, because these percent yields are not going to last forever. They cannot last forever, because as more money flows in, they will inevitably drop. They are very, very high right now. More than that, look, what I like about Chain and what I like about, well, Onyx, I've got to call it Onyx, got to get used to that. What I like about this is they are focused on sort of the consistent issues that we've seen within traditional finance, which I don't really like the term, but again, it's sort of the term that's used. So they talk about currencies, securities, derivatives are typically held and traded electronically. And they point out that transferring assets often requires point-to-point interaction between loads of different intermediaries, especially when it's traditional markets. So they're effectively, and they highlight all the downsides to these, you know, whether it's stocks market or whatever. And time is a massive issue, cost is a massive issue, transparency is a massive issue, security, finality, atomicity. I've never heard that word in my life. Atomicity transfers may not complete, and it is difficult to make one transfer conditional on another. Okay. So within the white paper, they highlight the big issues within the standard financial sector, and this is what they're trying to address. So they're trying to address all those issues within their own blockchain. And this is one that had a ton of hype. I'm really staggered to see the fall off over the past few months, really. Since November, when it was priced at 6 cents, it's now priced at 0.6 cents. So it's gone down 90% from just November. Well, not November, sorry. Yeah, November. It's gone down by 90% since November. That's a huge drop-off. It's a huge drop-off. And it's not like they issued a ton of new tokens or anything. It's just the price has absolutely capitulated. Now, one thing that I imagine the team are hoping will counter this is obviously giving away so many tokens as well. You know, they're going to give away, donate $500 million to the Foundation for Operational Purposes. They've extended the time lock on the 15 billion release, and they're going to burn off, I think, 5 billion. So the difference in the supply is that the supply drops from 53 billion to 48 billion, which is derived from the burn of the team's allocation. So the team have outright burned what they've got, or going to burn what they've got. So yeah, I mean, interesting steps, and this was again a heavily sort of a really heavy market cap for a while. Like, it was priced at 18 cents for a while, which would have put it a market cap of about 4.5 billion. So its market cap is now 151 million. That's a staggeringly large drop off. Previously, I thought, given the work that they've done and the strength of their project, I thought this was one that was going to do quite well. And what I would say now is this should still do well. I just don't think it's going to do anywhere close to its all-time high. I'd be absolutely shocked to see it back up at 18 cents now, given the huge capitulation it's had. So I'd be more looking at maybe 10 cents. Maybe 10 cents, which is about a 16x from where it is right now. I think that's still achievable for a coin that was sitting pretty as one of the highest market cap coins in the space. I think they're going to have to do a lot of marketing though. Right now, the biggest issue for me, because actually when you look at the holders of the coin, they've had a lot of holders. So there's 6,000 holders on Binance, and there's 10,000 holders on Etherscan. So 16,000 holders. That's a lot less than it was. I imagine this has been dropping since they decided to make some changes. They've got a few key jobs. Number one, they've got to get more holders. So that means they've got to market well. The second reason they've got to really market well is because they've got to bring liquidity to their protocol. Like right now, they've got to market that really effectively. If they do, they're showing the positive yields that people can get. They'll start adding into those markets, and they'll start increasing the total value that's locked in, and that fundamentally brings a lot more users, especially as people can earn their Onyxcoin by supplying liquidity. So that could bring a lot more users, but they've got to do that. Like, they've got to market really well on this because it's dropped off the radar huge. The fact that its market cap is a 30th of what it was, only about 8 months ago, and it was multi-billion-dollar, is really not great. I still think this could probably hit 10 cents, but they have a lot of work to do. I don't think this is just going to fly up. I think this is going to have to be a lot of strategic marketing. But if they do that, 10 cents is still achievable. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. And actually, does it interest you at all supplying, say, Ethereum or Bored Ape Yacht, like if you've got a Bored Ape Yacht Club, or if you've got just, say, a ton of USDC or a DAI? Does it interest you getting those big yields from this, or is it just a bit too new right now that you do not want to try? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're a returning viewer, hit the subscribe button. These videos will make you money. When I'm talking about crap coins, they'll save you money. And karma's a real thing. So if you do something nice, you will be rewarded. And something nice is hit the subscribe button. And guys, before I get into the news, if you want to see the coins that I'm invested in for the long term in this game, in this crypto space, go over to copymycrypto.com. On the site, I share my entire portfolio with all the members. Anytime I buy or sell any coin, the members are alerted immediately. These are the long-term investments that I've made for the next bull cycle. These are the coins that I think are going to be the big winners. Like I said with Phantom, and very few people, in fact, if any, said anything good about Phantom in 2020. And guys, if you are a person that is interested in day-to-day stuff to do with the markets, we do also release videos every day talking about the markets. If you're a beginner and you don't know where the hell to get started in crypto, we have a ton of tutorials that are A to Z, step by step, that will get you started. But fundamentally, guys, if you want to make these gains without having to do 2,000 or 3,000 hours worth of research, then go read this site now. It's as simple as it gets. And if you like it, I'll see you there. And if you don't worry about it. There's no obligation to buy. Keep watching the channel for this awesome content. And last thing, guys, the CPI data came out. And it came out exactly in line. I think that's the second month in a row where the expected has been pretty much bang on. So US CPI was up 6% year on year. Core was up 5.5% year on year, which was exactly in line with expectations. Like exactly. Since that happened, we began seeing that the stock market, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, NASDAQ all started gaining, the dollar started dropping, and Bitcoin just ran rampant. Bitcoin ran all the way up to, excuse me, 26,250, I think, just off the back of the CPI data. And obviously the last few days with banks going under, governments coming in and saving the banks, and then CPI data has all contributed to a really positive move in the market for Bitcoin. And when Bitcoin slows down, the alts are going to pop off. So the market, for the first time in a while, is looking hot and exciting. Let's see how it all goes. Anyway, that's it from me, guys. Take it easy.